Hey y'all, welcome back to the virtual world of Second Life. So we're officially at that time of year where we're reflecting on everything that's gone on. Hopefully this year has been gentle to y'all. As we know, a whole lot can go on in 365 days. I really do feel like being able to reflect on the year and being able to just do like a true assessment. Let me up in here. Thank you. Being able to do like a really true assessment of your year, I definitely think that is beneficial. But what I will say is because for a lot of us, that cake is so pretty. I want to see this garland. For a lot of us, because loss sometimes is a part of the year, just kind of trying not to focus wholeheartedly on that and just being able to kind of heal from it. I always tell people like, you never get over loss, you just learn to live with it better, you know? And so I don't ever want to like tell people to be like, you know, it gets easier and you know, you learn to live with it better. I don't think it ever really gets easier. I think maybe in the gist of you learning to live with it better, in that sense, it gets a little bit easier, but it doesn't take away the grief of losing that person. You just kind of, you know, you're able to handle it a little bit better. There's been so many nice and amazing things that have happened with me this year, and super excited about it. A lot of growth with this channel, a lot of growth with myself, just a lot of different things that I wanted to do, but then also, you know, making different assessments of myself. Now, side note, you know, I've been taking L-theazine and L-tyrosine. Look into it, y'all. Look into it for my focus and things like that, just to kind of get out of my head. I do have I'm not going to say it's a problem, but I do stay in my head quite a bit. I do create anxiety that doesn't exist. And I find myself like constantly talking myself off the ledge of being just like, everything's okay, everything's fine. Like you're making something out of nothing and you got to stop doing that. But a lot of times it's really difficult for me to just like buckle down and focus. And throughout this year, that has definitely been something that I've really been trying to get better at, because I feel like that is definitely, my lack of focus is definitely impeding on my ability to be able to just come to y'all with the content that I know I'm supposed to be coming to y'all with. But the thing about it is like in my mind, I know what I need to do, and these are things that I want to do. These are things that I'm excited about, but making that connection between my mind and my body, that's something that's is going on that I don't want to be going on now. I told my mom that I'm thinking about like going to the doctor just to kind of see like, is it ADHD? I don't know what it is. It's something that's dealing with my focus. And the L-theanine and the L-tyrosine, you know, it has worked. It's done what it needed to do, but I am really at that spot and place in my life where I feel like it's giving that it's not enough, you know. It's giving that I need something where ain't no refills, you know what I'm saying? Like you really got to go to see your doctor to get a refill type thing. And I don't like feeling like that's something that I need, but at the same time, I'm not about to sit here and lie to myself and say that these things are not going on. Things that have been going on, just like very, very simple things that I see other people do with ease. I see my mom do with ease, and these are things that I struggle with, just like everyday, day-to-day activities. Even when it's just something that's as easy as just like getting up and picking up turning on the TV and, you know, just record it, you know, turn on the computer rather and just record it. That's something that I will procrastinate on. And it's so weird because this is something that I love to do. This is a space that I love to be in. I love talking to y'all. You know, this is just something that really, really brings me joy. And I always get upset with myself because it's like, once I'm in this space where I am actively recording, I'm just like, what was the big deal? And for me, it's just like, okay, yeah, you know, that is a hint that it's a disconnect there. And I'm just like, you really need to get on top of this before the disconnect becomes farther. I don't want to get so far gone where it's like, yeah, now we got to do a lot, you know, to get you back to where you need to be. We got to get you to a point where you're at where you want to be. And then now we got to do something different for maintenance. I really don't want to do that. I would be happy if I could just take like take a pill, take a pill. That's really where I'm at. Being totally honest, it's like, do I want to take pills? Hell no. But if that's something that I need to do in order to help me get to a space where I feel comfortable, where I feel productive, then I'll do it. If it's something where it's like, okay, well, you need to do this, and maybe you need to meditate, or maybe you need to do this, I don't know. But I've done so much up until this point where I'm just like, I've tried a lot. I've definitely tried a lot. And it's just like, okay, well, what you're doing, it's not working the way you want it to work. So you have to do something else. I'm definitely not willing to just be like, well, this is just how I am. No, because I don't feel like this is just how I am. I feel like it is something going on that's bigger than me, that's having me be like this, that's making me feel so just completely unproductive. It's like I do what I need to do, but I feel like I can be doing more. And that's the thing about it. But I do feel like accepting that something is going on is like the first step. Ooh, it's cute. You know what? I have been coming across a couple, I found a couple more lands. Look how beautiful. Quit playing. Oh, this is beautiful. I've come across a couple more lands that have like this darker Christmas theme, and I do like that. I do like that a lot. I feel like this is a nice change from like the very, very bright and wintry and snowy type lands. I do like this like, darker type Christmas theme. I do like it. Almost like nighttime, Christmas at nighttime type thing. But yeah, so throughout this year, I have been trying all different types of things, and I'm just like, something's got to give. Something has got to give. 2026 is going to be even more amazing than 2025 has been, and I feel like I'm not going to be able to get that level of greatness out of me from 2026 that I know I'm supposed to be getting if I don't take the proper steps to get on top of whatever it is that's going on with me that I cannot control and I cannot fix with over-the-counter medications or just natural remedies and things like that. Like when I tell y'all, I've tried a lot. I've tried a whole lot. I've tried a whole damn lot. And, it's been a doozy. It's been a doozy. And so, I always feel like when I go through stuff like this, I do feel like it's important to talk to y'all about it because, no matter how unique you think you are with your experiences, there's a very large chance that there are other people that are going through it or have gone through it. And so I do like being able to kind of just like put that little seed out there to be like, hey, this is what's going on. And then also to really be on some like, listen, if you've gone through this and you managed to get over it and you didn't have to, or you managed to help yourself with it and you didn't have to take like prescription medication and things like that for it, let me know. Let a sister know, because that is not something that I want to have to do. This is the reason why I've taken so many different avenues before I actually have come to the conclusion like, okay, maybe I need to see somebody, maybe I need to see somebody. And so I'm like, don't feel no type of way about getting in the comments and letting me know, because I'm trying to do the best that I can with what I got. But whatever's going on in La Cabeza is definitely impeding on that, and we ain't got no time for that. We got a lot of stuff that we want to do. Yeah, I was supposed to been going live. I've been tricking myself out of going live, and I can't stand it. And I ain't even gonna say tricking myself, really just like psyching myself out, where it's one of those things where I'm like, I'll do it on this day, and then that day comes and I'm like, maybe this is not a good day because there's probably a whole bunch of people going live this day, so I'll do it this day. And then I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do it this day because maybe although this is a good day, what if nobody watches me? What if nobody? And it's like, so what? You used to post videos when you didn't get no views. So what's the problem? How are they supposed to even know to check you out if you ain't even seeing nothing, And so I'm once again psyching myself out, once again being in my head, once again creating scenarios that don't exist because I haven't even done shit to make them exist. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even been live to see what the turnout will be. And if it's zero, and what? Keeping it a trillion, I'm recording. It's zero right now. Okay, it's zero right now. Love y'all down. I feel like I'm with y'all when I'm talking to y'all, but let's keep it 1,000. Right now, it's zero. It won't be when I post it. But right now, yeah. And so once again, I have to talk myself off the ledge. And this is literally me actively talking myself off the ledge. This is something that I'm finding myself doing like on a regular basis. This shit is exhausting. This shit is exhausting. And I definitely feel like this is beyond me. This is definitely beyond me. I don't know what in the anxiety is going on, but I don't remember this being something that I've ever really had to deal with. Now, if you ask my mom, she definitely will say, you know what, you've always tried to find a way to stress about something. But I do kind of feel like even though I'm not going to say that's not the truth, because listen, one thing about my mom, she's going to pay attention. But I do feel like it's gotten worse, over the years, specifically over this last year, these last couple of years. I do feel like it's gotten worse, and I don't like it. I don't like it. It is such a just very vulnerable place to be in, very vulnerable feeling where I feel like these are things that I should be able to control and I'm not able to control it, and it bothers me. Does that make me a control freak? I don't think it makes me a control freak. I just think it makes me somebody that is recognizing that it is something going on that I'm not used to going on, and I don't want it going on. And so for me, sapphire musk, that sound like that would smell real good, real good. And so like, yeah, for me, I'm just like, I don't like that. I don't like that. I am a control freak when it comes to me, when it comes to my mental, when it comes to things that I feel like I should be doing naturally that's causing me any type of stagnancy, or anything that I feel like is causing me stagnancy or the possibility of stagnancy. And what I will say is it's been given stagnant.